In the world of fame, where flashing lights can feel colder than applause and adoration can sometimes turn into chaos, one quiet figure has stood faithfully beside Jungkook. To many, he was merely a manager, a member of the staff in dark clothes blending into the background. But to millions of armies, he became something extraordinary. Jungkook's guardian angel. His story begins like many others. A man who worked behind the scenes, following schedules, coordinating travel, ensuring safety. Yet over time, fans began noticing the little things. The way he subtly positioned himself between Jungkook and the crowd, how he never looked away when fans surged forward, and the protective way his eyes scanned every corner before Jungkook took a step. He wasn't just doing a job. He was keeping watch. One evening at Incheon International Airport changed everything. BTS had just landed from an overseas trip, and thousands of fans filled the terminal, waving banners, shouting names, and recording every second on their phones. The crowd was electric, overwhelming. As Jungkook made his way through, the energy turned intense. Fans pressed forward, barriers rattled, and in a blink, the situation spiraled. Without a second's hesitation, the man beside Jungkook moved. When a metal barricade began to collapse under the pressure, he threw his body forward, shielding Jungkook completely. The crash echoed through the airport, cameras flashing, people screaming. But in the center of the chaos, Jungkook remained untouched. Because his manager had taken the impact first, the video spread like wildfire across social media. Within hours, clips flooded every platform, replayed in slow motion, set to emotional music. Hashtags trended worldwide. Hashtag Guardian Angel Jungkook. Hashtag Thank You Manager Kim. Hashtag Protect Jungkook Forever. Fans wept as they watched him brush off debris and calmly check Jungkook's condition before looking to himself. That moment captured pure devotion, not as an employee, but as a protector acting on instinct. Fans began revisiting old videos, and suddenly the pattern became obvious. Every airport appearance, every behind-the-scenes clip, every chaotic crowd scene. He was always there, sometimes holding an umbrella over Jungkook when the rain came unexpectedly, sometimes guiding him through flashing lights with a hand at his shoulder, sometimes catching a falling cable stand before it touched him. Every action small, but every intention huge that armies began calling him the Guardian Angel. To them, it wasn't just about the dramatic rescue at the airport. It was about the years of quiet protection that no one had ever noticed before. It was about loyalty that didn't need words, about care that existed in the background, unseen but constant. When Jungkook returned to the stage weeks later, fans watched him closely. During his thank you speech, his voice softened as he mentioned his team. He spoke about people who protect us even when we don't realize it. People whose names might never be mentioned but mean everything. He didn't say who he meant, but armies knew. The emotion in his tone was enough. While the world celebrated him, the man himself stayed silent. He refused interviews, avoided attention, and continued his work as usual. People from HYB later confirmed that he never wanted credit. He said, simply, "I did what anyone would do." Yet everyone who saw the footage knew not everyone would have acted so fearlessly. His humility only deepened the love fans felt for him. Across fan forums, countless messages poured in. "You reminded us of the good in this world. Thank you for protecting the one who protects our hearts." Fan art showed Jungkook walking under angel wings that belonged to his manager. Others created animations, digital portraits, and emotional montages, all dedicated to the man whose name they barely knew but whose heart they fully trusted. A fan project called Guardian Project JK emerged soon after. Organized by army communities around the world, they raised funds for charities supporting workplace safety and disaster relief, all in his honor. What started as a single act of courage turned into a wave of kindness that touched thousands. The media took notice. Local outlets called him the unsung hero of BTS. International newspapers wrote pieces about loyalty in the entertainment industry, inspired by his story. CNN and the Korea Times both praised his act, calling it a symbol of humanity behind stardom. Comment sections filled with tears and gratitude, proving that goodness still resonates even in an era of cynicism. Fans also began noticing more of his subtle heroism. During one tour, when a bracelet thrown from the audience nearly hit Jungkook, he caught it mid-air without even looking. Another time, when rain turned the stage dangerously slippery, he was seen quietly testing the floor before Jungkook stepped out to perform. These moments weren't accidents. They were habits, the reflexes of someone who made protection his mission. Insiders later revealed that he had been with Jungkook since early debut days, watching him grow from a teenage trainee into one of the world's most beloved artists. "He's like family," one former staff member said. "They've shared everything: exhaustion, laughter, silence. Their bond doesn't need words." Armies who encountered him described the same gentle professionalism. At crowded events, he would bow to fans, asking them to be careful rather than scolding them. "He was so polite," one fan recalled. He said, "Please don't push, let's all be safe," and smiled. "I'll never forget it." That small act left fans touched. He cared not only for Jungkook, but for them too. Over time, his quiet consistency turned into something almost mythical. The Guardian Angel nickname wasn't just fandom drama anymore, it was respect. Essays appeared online about the unseen heroes behind celebrities, the ones who carry emotional and physical burdens to make dreams possible. One fan's post summed it up perfectly. "Behind every spotlight stands someone holding the ladder steady." Months later, BTS held a fan concert in Seoul, and ARMY prepared something special. During Jungkook's solo stage, digital banners across the arena lit up. "Thank you, Guardian Angel." The crowd went silent for a moment before erupting into cheers. Jungkook looked around the sea of light sticks, smiled softly, and nodded, a gesture that said more than words ever could. Somewhere backstage, the man who inspired that message was likely standing by the monitor, quietly making sure everything went smoothly as always. Not long after, a candid video surfaced from a rehearsal day. Jungkook was seen handing coffee cups to his staff. When he reached his manager, he laughed and gave him a playful salute before offering the cup. The two exchanged a light moment of laughter. Simple, genuine, human. To fans who knew the story, that little interaction meant everything. Gratitude, trust, friendship. For ARMY, this story isn't just about heroism. It's about love without spotlight, devotion without demand. It's about the people who protect others because their hearts tell them to, not because a camera is watching. In an entertainment world often defined by fame and image, this quiet manager reminded millions of what truly matters: sincerity. His act inspired more than admiration, it awakened compassion. Across fan circles, discussions about respect, boundaries, and safety grew. Fans began promoting the idea of giving idols space and privacy, understanding that love can also mean protection from harm. "If he can protect Jungkook, we can too, by being responsible fans," one comment read. That perspective shifted the tone of entire communities. Even Jungkook's later interviews carried traces of this philosophy. When asked what safety means to him, he replied softly, "Safety means knowing someone cares for you, even when you don't ask them to." Armies cried reading that line. To them, it was a message for his guardian angel. Time passed, but the story never faded. New fans still discover the clips, still write messages of thanks. The hashtag Guardian Angel Jungkook resurfaces every few months, accompanied by photos, quotes, and heartfelt memories. It has become a part of BTS lore, not just about fame, but about faith in human kindness. And the man himself? He still appears in the background of photos, dressed in black, headset in place, eyes scanning, always alert. No social media, no interviews, no desire for recognition. Just steady devotion. To ARMY, his silence speaks louder than any speech ever could, because true angels rarely announce themselves. They walk quietly beside us, shielding us from the storms we never see coming.